guys, welcome to Big Sister. Hope you guys are doing well, doing good. Hope you guys are enjoying your Memorial Day weekend or have plans, or maybe you're just gonna relax. But whatever you do, guys, hey. So I want to talk with you guys about learning your lessons. Learn your lessons, okay? What does that mean? When something happens, learn your lessons from it, okay? You're in a situation, could be you did something. Let's say you broke someone's trust and it ended the friendship or the relationship. Learn your lessons from that. You did something you weren't supposed to do at work, you lost your job, or maybe you were overlooked for a promotion based on that action. Learn your lessons, okay? You had someone who loved you and really wanted to be with you, and you betrayed the trust, and now you lost that person. These are lessons to learn. You had a job opportunity and you were afraid. You allowed people to talk you out of it, maybe a boyfriend, girlfriend, family. You gave up the opportunity, and now that person either went back to their old ways. Perhaps they promised and said, we're going to be better, I'll do better, don't go. Or your family told you, made promises of things they want to do, opportunities. You allowed an opportunity to bypass you, and now they're not doing their part, okay? And then getting an attitude when you're asking questions. Learn your lessons. And it's just the same thing with life. Learn lessons, guys. We're always being taught constantly. Either we're teaching ourselves lessons through the poor choices that we make. You can also teach yourself lessons by standing your ground and maintaining your positions on things, not being afraid to speak your mind in a way that is, it's not disrespectful and rude or unkind or bullying. But we teach ourselves lessons in the things that we do, and we also learn from what people do to us, okay? So we're always going to be given clues. We're always going to be given context of what is going on. Because the more you're around a person or individuals, you're going to know the difference between something that's just maybe a mistake, an honest oversight, or something that is habitual. And you cannot expect someone to change if you keep presenting yourself to them and they continue to do the same thing. People have a tendency to want to be in the process of offense, followed by apologies, followed by offense again, and maybe no more apologies, but now they're making you feel as if what they've done is not reality, or you're being unreasonable, and then now you're questioning your standards, you're questioning your position on things, and you're wondering if maybe it's you, okay? But if it's something that you don't like and it's something that matters to you, then you shouldn't have to explain that or be trying to get someone else to understand it. If they don't understand it, they just don't. Learn your lessons. If you've taken a group trip with individuals and you went there and they were very rude and they were not doing the things that you guys agreed on for the group trip, learn your lesson. Don't take the trip with them next time. If you went to a family function, a family reunion, or whatever it was, or every time you go over to this family member's house for family get-togethers, there's always problems, there is always drama, there's always contention, or something happens. Learn your lesson. Stop going to those things. You understand? People often tend to think that family means I'm supposed to I'm supposed to just accept abuse. But no, your family, if someone is your family member, they should not be abusing you. You see, there's a reverse psychology that happens. A lot of times people who are your family members or siblings or relatives, whatever it may be, they want you to hold on to keep those family sort of principles, and you need to be loyal and faithful. But you're not supposed to be. It shouldn't be that your family is abusing you, doing wrong things to you, betraying your trust, your loyalty, putting you out there, breaching protection, causing issues in your own family, and then you're supposed to treat them the same. There's a way that they should behave. And if they're not behaving that way, then regardless of the fact that you guys share blood and the same last name, they're not behaving as family. They are behaving as your enemy, as your nemesis in some cases. So family does not mean you keep subjecting yourself to their abuse. Family means they behave like it. And if they behave like it, Then they get your loyalty. Then they get your trust. Then they get your presence. Without that, you have to pull yourself aside. Otherwise, you're going to be damaged, and all of you going to be together like a bunch of rabid hyenas tearing each other up. You learn to survive, and that's what a lot of people's doing. They learn how to survive. Okay? Learn your lessons. Learn your lessons from the friend that betrayed you 2 or 3 times already. Learn your lessons from that person that has ended up being with your boyfriend or girlfriend, or even date them after you've dated them. Or in some cases, they took him from you and somehow you're still friends with this person. Learn your lessons about going out with someone who always claims that they left their wallet at home or they left their purse at home, so you end up paying for everything. Don't do it. Be like, well, you know what? I'm sorry, I can't help you. You have to figure something out. Learn your lessons, guys. Learn your lessons when you disclose something to someone and they went and told your secrets or brought your personal business to other people. What is the lesson? Don't tell them anything anymore. You also learn that this person is not really your friend. There are plenty of lessons to learn. But if you continue to do the same things over and over again, you're not going to get different results. I forgot who said this. Maybe it was Albert Einstein. It was someone that says this. You can't expect to keep doing the same things over and over again and getting the same results. If you realize if you go to a fete, you try to make plans with people and they're always late and they do things last minute and then they show up, you miss half the movie or miss half the event, you're waiting for him and then you waiting for them, and then you get there and the individual is just no apologies, nothing, and just have a really entitled attitude. It's all about them. They're late, and on top of it, they want to do things their way, and you're not enjoying yourself, and they don't want to do anything that you want to do after you've waited for them to show up or they showed up late. Stop going out to events with the person. You see, a lot of times it's really that simple, guys, but we make it hard because, number one, we want to get sucked into their excuses. You are thinking from a place of you're being understanding and you have empathy and you have all of this and you try to think of all the circumstances and situations going on in their lives. And in the meantime, you're being depleted. So learn your lessons. Learn your lessons. Why you should not sleep with somebody that you've just met. Learn your lessons on why it's not good to be involved with someone who is married or someone who is in a relationship. Learn your lessons why it's not good, the results of running with people who are breaking the law. Maybe a few months ago, there were some kids running around knocking on everybody's door, being funny, all this stuff, and I happened to saw them, right? And then I went out there and I talked to them. And I told them about that. And then they're like, I didn't do it, he did it. And I was explaining to them, listen, y'all all together running through here and doing this stuff, okay? With the law, and depending on where you are and where we are, it's like if you're there and someone does something and say there's a crime committed, you're going to be a part of that. You're going to be charged because you were there. And I told them the story about this man who these 2 boys allegedly had been running around and messing with his mailbox and all this stuff. And somehow he lured them into his house. And you know what? Maybe they both didn't do it. Maybe one of them messed with the mailbox, allegedly, if this really happened. But they both got mutilated right there in his house. And their body parts thrown into some river somewhere. It wasn't a river. It looked more like a dam or some sort of water filter. Can you imagine that? That water is running through the faucets. That's why I don't drink stuff out of the faucet. But anyway, the point is, the lesson I was teaching them or telling them is, it does not matter. If you're a part of it and you're hanging around this group of boys or girls that's doing wrong, you are going to, and they do something and you were there, you're going to get caught up in that. And maybe you have that already. Maybe now you've been suspended from school or something has happened or you've been accused of something and you're facing trial simply by association. And maybe everything panned out and perhaps you got some sort of corrective measures for that, but you were able to, now it's all over with. Learn your lessons and don't go back and hang with those same people. Learn your lessons. Learn your lessons from these girls, jealous women, friends that set you up, boys that set you up. people that lie on you, people that betray your trust. Learn your lessons. That means you don't allow it to happen again. And it's not that you're being bitter. It's called wisdom. People will show you who they are. Sometimes people can make honest mistakes, meaning they didn't mean to do that. It was really honest oversight and mistake, and you're going to know that because they will not keep repeating it over and over again. But there are people who repeat things over and over again. And a lot of times, like, we may be looking at them and we're going, "Whoa, you're so upset. We're mad. Why are you doing this?" But you have to get a mirror and look at yourself, because the reason why they're doing that so many times is because we allowed it. And you're thinking about how they would feel, and you're looking at them and you're giving them opportunities because you believe that they will think like you think like yourself. Well, if you messed up, you'd really want to change, and if someone gave you an opportunity, you would really correct yourselves. But you're not the same. And sometimes people are your friend because of how kind you are, because what they can get out of you. People will be in a relationship with you because of what they can get out of it. People will join a business with you because they see that they can get something out of it. You understand what I'm saying? Your family, sometimes you wonder, are we related because how they behave versus how you behave? But normally in families, sometimes there's one person in the family that behaves differently from everyone else and who sees things a little bit differently. And the rest of them are going to mistreat you and make you feel bad because you're not doing like they are. You're going to feel like you're an outcast. But the reason why that happens because you're the one, we want to say the chosen one, but you're the one that's going to make a change for the next generation. And it's very important that you protect yourself. And it's very important that you understand why you're different from the rest of your family. Otherwise, you'll get consumed. You're going to fall into their trap. You're going to conform, and you'll be there rolling around like a wild hyena, doing the same toxic things like they do. They will be happy to see you mad, happy to see you angry. What you do, you separate yourself and you set a new precedence, and you set a new way of living, new way of being for your generation. So sometimes it's hard if you have to isolate yourself or separate yourself from them, and you're like, man, I miss everybody. But what you're going to find is that you're going to have peace. What you're going to find, no, you're not around everybody like you used to be, all of this stuff, but you are going to be where there's not a bunch of chaos going on in your life. Your children will know something different. They don't know about arguing and bitterness and bickering, or they're no longer around it. Because what happens, that stuff get down with your family, and now you're going through the same mess as you went through before, and then it perpetuates from generation to generation. So just see it as making a sacrifice right now to bring peace and a different way of being to your family in the future and their children's children. Okay, they don't know about drama and yelling and screaming and fighting and bickering. That's why. Okay, so guys, I'm gonna stop here. Learn your lessons, whether it's a relationship, intimate relationship, a platonic friendship, partners, family members, even yourself. Learn it, see what it is, take it at face value, and adjust accordingly. All right, guys, peace.